We have a fair amount of base data in this demo. If I open the base data group, you can see here that I've got a topographic map. I have some watershed boundaries that are collected, some trails, some trailheads, and NHD is the hydrological data set. And I do carry all these with me. We also have imagery right here as well. But some of it's pretty difficult to see. For instance, I've got trails highlighted right now, and if I turn them on and off, you can't really see where those trails are. Um, it's very easy in ArcMap to change the color of things and change the way things look. In GIS speak, that's symbology. So for our trails right here, I'll show you two easy ways of going about this. I can simply click right on the symbol right here, and I can immediately change the color into any of the color palette. So I could make these bright red, and I could make them a little wider. Now those stand out much better on the map when I'm looking at them, especially if I need to create assignments from them and I'm using them to highlight and work with. Having them with a better visibility like that is very important. The same thing with the trailheads. I've got trailheads here, and you can't even see the trailheads. Let's actually go to a trailhead point to make sure that we can see what the symbol is. We'll open an attribute table. Again, everything has attributes. So let's just go to Tamarack Creek. It may or may not be off my map. We'll pan to. So there's a trailhead right here. If I'm turning it on, and if I unselect it so you can't see it highlighted, it disappears into the background. You can't really see where the trailheads are. Not very useful. Again, I can click on the dot. This is size 4, color blue. Again, I could change the color. We can make it a nice bright purple, and we could make it 10, 11 points in size. Wow, now that stands out a lot better for us. If I want to know what this trailhead is, we can also label it and make it much more useful information for us. For points, we'll right-click on the trailheads and choose Properties. There's a lot of stuff on these tabs. Most of these tabs, don't worry about, especially if you're new to GIS. A couple that are good and useful to us. One is the symbology. So that's how it looks. So this again is the symbol and how it looks, and it's going to bring us straight to the same palette we just saw a minute ago. If I wanted to give it a fancy symbol, we can do so in here. It's got all these different symbols we can use. There was a hiking symbol. We search for that. So if we want a trailhead and we want this sort of symbol, we can use that on the map. That's a really large one. Here's a smaller one. I hit OK and click OK. You'll now see that our trailheads have a little guy instead of the other symbol. Be careful on some of these symbols if you're printing maps, and it's obviously a little bit more processing to print these. They might not print out as well as a simple marker on the complex 3D symbols. So we can go back in here and change that symbol back to a point, a dot, anything we want. So let's make them like this and orange. So that's our trailhead symbol. Next, we want to label it. So if I click on the Labels tab, I've got the option to label it or not label it. Obviously, we want to turn that on because we do want to label this now. What do I want to label it as? Well, let's just use the name and OK. And now it says Tamarack Creek. If I turn off the map, you can see it better, but there's our trailhead that we've now named Tamarack Creek. There are a lot of other things you can do with labels. You've got all the symbology, you can change that, you can change the font size and how it looks. One of the ones that I find very useful, especially on the topo maps to make them stand out a bit better, is to put what they consider a halo mask on it. So it's a lot of clicks to get there, but I think it's worth doing. Click on the symbol, then you're going to edit the symbol. And then we're going to choose mask. Right here is a halo mask, and this is the size of the mask. That's 2 points larger than the text itself. So you could make it a little larger than that, make it 3 points. Okay, okay, okay. You won't see it now because our halo is white, but when I turn the map back on, now you see that Tamarack Creek is standing out as a real nice clear label for our trailhead feature that we've just re-symbolized. So it's worth taking a minute to do this, especially for maps that you're doing for status maps and briefing maps, so that people can really visualize where they're going, what you want them to do, and how things are working.